Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be sketching again. And we've been, how many days has it? We've done a lot of 5-minute portrait sketches, and yesterday turned into 5 + 5 minute sketch. We're going to be drawing Ruby. Thank you very much, Ruby. I found this awesome reference on the Museum by Sketchy app, and Ruby is also on Instagram. We both are, and you can tag both of us with your sketches, and I hope you're all doing amazingly well. Hello, Hannah Marie. Hello, Kiki. I see 11 of you are here. Everyone say hello in the chat. Ingrid, Tortul, hello. So I'm starting a new spread today, and I have a new moustache today. Javar is here. Anastasios, commercials? What do you mean commercials? YouTube is full of commercials. I apologize for any advertising you need to watch. There's a thing you can do where you skip forward to the next video and then you press back and go back, and then sometimes you don't have to watch the commercials. That's what I do. I don't like watching advertising. Sabra is just here. Sabra just did a live stream, and my kids only just... One of them is asleep. 2 of them are almost asleep. So I didn't get to see it, but I'm going to watch the replay. Sabra just did a live stream. Cassidy, Teresa, the snake is still in weaving and becoming. I'll talk about the snake in a moment. Tommy is here. Lewis is here. All of these wonderful people. And if you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching it. A lot of people commented on yesterday's. That was nice. It's nice to have people to chat to. The snake has not yet manifested, but we will talk about it. Let's start drawing. So I'm going to set a 5-minute timer, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend longer. But I'm going to do a continuous line sketch, and I have something a little different today. This is a chili red Derwent Inktense pencil. And there are things I love about them. There are things that are tricky, but it's water soluble. So in the same way, I kind of add the wash with the ink. Oh, and the brush is still a little bit inky. I may be able to move some pigment around when I'm done. Did I drink my coffee tonight? I'm on fire. I just had a really good oolong tea. Hi, Wolverine. The coffee I drank at 4. It was a big coffee, and I just had tea like half an hour ago. I think I like my tea. So let's go. Let's draw together. Thank you for being here. Put my timer on. And focus mode on my phone so no one interrupts. Someone tried to call me from the Netherlands. If that was you, send me a message, because when I get unknown numbers calling from other countries, I don't answer them. All right. Let's draw. So this is Ruby. Thank you, Ruby, so much for this awesome picture that you have shared. So I'm still doing continuous line. I'm in the process of cooking up a continuous line contour drawing, as Becky called it on Tuesday, continuous line tutorial, because I enjoy the way, I'm just going to zoom in on this. I enjoy the way that keeping the pencil and the paper makes me think. It's fun to have different exercises and different ways to think. So that was something we really got into on the webinar a couple of weeks ago, leaning into lightness, about finding different ways to draw and think differently and see differently. And it was really fun to do some cool exercises that got us thinking and seeing differently. So it's going to be part of my year-long tutorial series, which I'll be filming for Patreon. Every month this year I've set out a theme for what I would like to cover, and if you're interested in that, you can check out the Patreon link in my bio. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff we're going to be covering in the monthly tutorials, and right now I'm working on the continuous line tutorial, so that's kind of been the theme in these streams as well for the past week. Has anyone else drunk a tea? What is your tea of preference? Or coffee? I have been drinking this oolong tea for a while, and I really enjoy. You can re-steep it. You can steep it again and again, and the first blast of tea steepage is just like 20 seconds. I just count to 20. I take the tea out, and it's wonderful. And then next time I want a tea, I just reuse the same tea. I have this reusable tea strainer, and it's got a really cool clasp mechanism. I can open it when I'm done drinking my teas, and I actually keep the same tea going for days. And each time you re-steep it, it's like a different tea, and it's amazing. I love it. And sometimes I forget that I just want to steep it for a little bit, and then I steep it really long, and then it's like super intense. But that's not what I'm going for. So if you have a favourite tea, let me know. Babel is here. Hello. Earl Grey is Kiki's favourite tea. I appreciate tea. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee link. If people are digging these live streams and would like to keep me caffeinated, you could also think of it as Buy Me a Tea. And it will just keep me making things with the plant gift of caffeine. Ruby has really cool drawings. Everyone go follow Ruby. Angie on on the Museum by Sketchy app, Angie Ruby. Your work is super cool. Thank you for letting us draw you. And everyone go check out Ruby Angie's work and share some love. Oh yeah, you asked about the snake. So I thought I would work on the snake today, but I've been doing all these other things. It's amazing how the days sometimes just fly by. The window of opportunity I have to work on things while the kids are gone, and sometimes it just is very quickly filled, that window. So I got in touch with Jessie, who did that really awesome snake design, and I was like, hey Jessie, could I use your snake? And I did this mock-up, and he was like, I would have liked it if you asked me before you did the mock-up. I'm like, that's cool, I get that, okay. So I'm inspired by the approach that he took. I'm going to be making my own snake, but taking a cue and a bow of respect and inspiration from Jessie. So everyone still go follow Jessie P Tattoo, who's a very cool tattoo artist in Sydney. And I wanted to spend some time today to find the perfect snake references. That was 5 minutes, by the way. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this 5 minutes, but I'm gonna give it a bit more time and do some more things. Let's call it 5 plus 5. If you wanted to do 5 minutes, because even 5 minutes a day is worth it, that was your 5 minutes. You can stop, you can rest, you can stretch, you can have a sip of your tea. Wolverine. Peppermint. Peppermint was my gateway tea. I used to be like, tea. Growing up in Australia, I was like, I don't know, for some reason, because I know apparently drinking warm drinks helps your body like actually cool down, but I was just like, why would I drink hot leaf flavored water when it's so hot? And I did not like tea. I did not like hot drinks for a long time. But peppermint tea was like my first tea. I think it was like when I was 20, 21. And I was like, oh, peppermint tea. And then I was drinking so much peppermint tea. So that was like the first tea I started drinking. So I do still appreciate a good peppermint tea. And love, we had this amazing, at the house we moved away from last year, we had really good peppermint. Someone gave us a plant and it just spread and it was delicious. The most amazing peppermint that I've had growing in a garden. Yeah, that was really good. All right, so thinking about continuous line, this whole thing, this whole drawing has been drawn without lifting the pencil from the paper. So I've had to retravel lines and carefully consider how do I get from one place to the next. And there's something about the quality and the challenge of doing it this way, and the way all the lines are interconnected. This is like, it's one line. There's something which is exciting about it. I like it. I'm going to stop that line now, and I'm going to take a work in progress shot, and then I'm going to lightly caress it with my water brush. I've been calling it brush pen. Someone asked me today, what was that second pen that you used? And I looked it up. Brush pens are already loaded with pigment and ink, and this is actually a Pentel water brush. So it's not a brush pen. It's closely related. You've tried June Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers today. Cool. Cassidy's gateway tea was Constant Comment. But I have so many other faves now. What is Constant Comment? What is that? Matcha. Yes. The whole thing with the matcha. What is that thing even called? In German, it's the matcha Besen, like the matcha broom. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, look at this color. So what I really like about this pencils, Derwent Inktense pencils, is that they have incredible vibrant color. Once they have been wet and dried, they become permanent, so you can layer them up, which is really cool. The thing that I'm a bit like, nah, is that I love the strong line quality of drawing with pencil, and once you go over it with this, it like just blows everything. You kind of lose that definition, and that is something where I'm feeling, nah. So yeah, it's really cool. But once I discovered the polychromos pencils, which I usually have been working with in the live streams, and I realized I could work wet media on top of polychromos pencils, and they would just keep their awesome definition. Then I did a full switch. I think this is the first time I've actually used the Inktense pencil in like a couple of years. But I thought it would be interesting to revisit, because I love, with the ink and the water brush, I've really enjoyed how fast it is. Like some of the sketches that I did in the past week, I was really kind of like surprised by how much I was able to get done in that brief period of time. But I thought this might be worth trying out again. And there is also a fun story to these pencils. All right, that was the second 5 minutes. Fun story to these pencils is that growing up, I was envious. I think maybe it's the only time I've been envious. Maybe. There were kids, family friends, kids, and they had this set of Derwent pencils, and I think I knew a few of these people, and it was like a 2-tiered box, and it had every color in it. And I saw that, and I was just like, whoa, what a set of pencils. But they are so expensive. And so I had my like set of 12 Crayola pencils or something. But Derwent pencils, they were like the object of my desire as a child and teenager. I was kind of like, wow, those pencils. I don't even know what I would do with that many pencils, that many different colors. It's kind of overwhelming, actually. But I was traveling with Kira in the Lake District in Great Britain, and we got to this place, Keswick, and I was looking at the map, and it said Derwent Pencil Factory. I was like, what? This is where Derwent pencils come from? So we went to the pencil factory, and they had this store, And I was like, these are the pencils of my childhood desire. It would be so cool to get some pencils. And then I found that there were these Inktense pencils, which I thought sounded really interesting, and I got to try them out. And I bought this set of pencils, which I've now had for 10 years, and they're pretty cool. But as I mentioned, when you draw on them with water, they kind of go and lose some of the definition. So I have, once they dry though, they're set, and then you can like layer up on them. So that's why they're called Inktense, because they become permanent after being wet. But I might just draw a little bit over here. This is no longer a 5-minute portrait sketch. This is over 10. But so if you've got a bit more time, it's super cool to layer with these. I really enjoy layering with more time. That's kind of a thing that I love. In ink wash or watercolor, pencil, like layering stuff up is cool. What else have people said? Yogi tea. Inktense don't. Love them. Argentine tea, mate. Yeah. Yogi tea. Thank you, June. Thank you for being here. Nicole, your sister had those Derwent pencils. Yeah. Bamboo whisk, a chaser. A bamboo whisk, that's it. Or a chaser. It's used to mix matcha tea. Hello, Britain. Yeah, cool. Bamboo whisk. I just heard bloop bloop, which means someone just posted their drawing in the Discord server. If you've been sketching along, if this is your first time here, or maybe you've been here a bunch of times, but you're not in the Discord server yet, I would encourage you to join, because it's a wonderful place to share work, to grab the daily inspiration reference photo, and I would love everyone who wants to hang out and draw together to be there. And someone today I just saw for the first time has courageously posted in the loving feedback and loving critique chat, and I have not had the time to comment, but I have loved seeing that other people have got in there and they've given their loving critique and support and ideas, and that's what it's all about. So cool. So thank you to everyone who's been contributing in the Discord server. I think that's it. That's it for today. Thank you so much, Ruby, for your wonderful photo, and thank you to everyone who just spent some time drawing with me. I will share the link with you to join the Discord server. And if you have any final questions for this, or input, or anything you would like to say for this live stream, now is the time. Even after the stream has ended, there is the Discord link in the chat. Even after the stream shuts down, there are 20 of you still here. Feel free to chitter-chatter in the chat. And if you're watching the replay and you made it all the way to the end here, please post a love heart emoji or a drawing hand emoji or something, just so I know how cool you are. This is something I got from Gary Kadima, who at the end of his video was like, if you stayed all the way to the end, post a tree so I know who the cool people are. So post a drawing hand. Thank you so much for being here. It's so much fun drawing together, and I'm really honoured that you come here and hang out and draw with me. It's so cool to see what you all do. And even those of you who have not shared in the Discord server and are just drawing on your own, or maybe just watching, thank you so much for being here. It's really cool. Good night.